I used a support character to take on Maglielle and Gallanza in a solo fight. Rosetta isn't necessarily strictly a support character, but her kit and playstyle is more effective in a group where she is able to buff her team and debuff or CC the enemy with her roses. Rosetta is a setup character who plants roses that continuously attack enemies around them. They level up after attacking the enemies a number of times, which increase their damage and effectiveness of her buffs from her combos and skills. Rosetta has different combo enders that apply different buffs: a defense up, regen, and attack up buff. She also has access to enemy CC and status elements in her skills. Now, even though she is designed this way, she does have access to damage in her basic attacks, ruses, and skills. It's just not up to par compared to other DPS characters. Nevertheless, I took it upon myself to solo Maglielle and Gallanza with the waifu Rosetta. And before we go to my attempts, please leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. And if you like solo challenges like these where I put myself into stressful situations for your entertainment, please subscribe. I know a lot of you watch and enjoy these but still haven't subscribed, so let's fix that. Pretty please? You can also check out my other Maglielle and Gallanza solo challenges with other characters in the playlist in the description. You know the drill, it's every stream is a special stream because today is another special stream where we take on Maglielle and Gallanza with Rosetta. Here is the build we have for Rosetta. I'll go through this real fast. You can pause to read what each additional trait is. But going over her traits for all the sigils, we have maxed out damage cap, we have regen. Critical hit rate is 24. This brings our critical hit rate to 98 with critical hit rate plus on our imbued stat and overmastery. So we also have Tyranny, Life on the Line, Skilled Assault, and Overdrive for damage. Improved dodge, of course, because it's very important that I have a better chance at not dying from being attacked over and over again in this fight against these two bosses. Quick cooldown alongside Cascade. So we have two traits that will lower our skill cooldowns. That's because Rosetta heavily relies on her skills. That's her main way of dealing damage. And then Nimble Onslaught alongside with Improved Dodge. That's 3 more invincibility seconds and SBA gauge and skill cooldown. Of course, we also have Potion Hoarder, Guts, and Auto Revive, and both of Rosetta's sigils. Ideally, I would replace this with her Awakening and then add one more. I was thinking Nimble Defense, so we have another defensive sigil, but since I don't have her Awakening, you have to use up one slot. I just want to point out that I wasn't running War Elemental because I still don't have the sigil. I also didn't run supplementary damage because with the way I intended to play Rosetta, it wouldn't proc that much during the fight. This is because the roses on their own and the Spiral Rose skill don't trigger supplementary damage. And then for her weapons I talked about, I imbued it with critical hit rate. I also have Cascade to max out Cascade, and then HP is just an additional trait. For her overmasteries, skill damage cap up, that's mainly what I'm looking for, is that and critical hit rate up. Because with critical hit rate to 20%, that brings our critical hit rate to 98. As I said a while ago, it's almost perfect. Could be 100, but 98% is, no, it's good enough. It's practically 100%. And yeah, so ideally, I'd want to have skill damage cap up to 20 and critical hit rate to 20. But since I can have both, I'll take one 20 and then the other one would be 16%. Her skills are Spiral Rose for damage, Rose Tycoon for easy planting of the plants, because if you use it, it replants all of your plants to the targeted enemy. So it just makes it easier for me to keep the plants on Gallanza or Maglielle. I also have Iron Maiden for more damage because it increases the amount of attacks that my roses do. It also gives me Stout Heart, which this also buffs Spiral Rose because with Iron Maiden, your Spiral Rose also increases damage. If what other people are saying, that should work that way. And then last but not the least, I have Rose Barrier for damage cut so that I have a little bit more survivability. If you want to do this, Lost Love, if you just want more damage, you can use that as well. But I'm using Rose Barrier for I just want to have more survivability. That's just the main thing I want. That's my build for Rosetta. Let's go ahead and take on Maglielle and Gallanza. Right, I didn't mention, but it's obvious I'm using Rosetta's Terminus weapon, fully capped out. Yeah, so that should be everything. So, you know the drill. This is the third time I'm doing this. We're fighting against Maglielle and Gallanza at the same time, only with Rosetta, just by herself. No crewmates. What? Dizzy immediately? Oh. Oh, this is really cool. Immediately, right at the beginning of the fight, you could see how incredibly vulnerable my Rosetta is. Without her skills buff active, she was susceptible to getting one-shot and dizzied by Gallanza. With this in mind, I entered the first fight, making sure I had defense up from her plants throughout the whole fight, and always use her damage cut ability on cooldown, because those were the main ways for keeping my survivability up, other than also heavily relying on improved dodge to keep myself safe. My damage strat was pretty simple. Constantly move Rosetta's plants around so that it would be in range of Gallanza, and I would try to play around the plants so that Gallanza will not run out of range of my plants. This strat was dangerous for me because I'd be putting myself in danger by restricting the area I can play in. I literally just try and live. Not by doing that. But it was easier for me to play this way than run around and continuously replant the roses while Gallanza chases me around the room. I would also heavily rely on my skills to do damage, due to Rosetta's auto attacks being significantly weaker because of the slower DPS. And with all of these, I ended the first attempt terribly. Nice. Nice. Ay, ay, ay. Oh my god, it's so hard to keep my roses up. I also got dizzy so much. During the second try, I started to realize that I should play a little bit more safely. That meant that I wouldn't use my basic attacks that much. That's because even though I was heavily relying on my skills for damage, I tried to sneak in some basic attacks for additional damage, but that was proving to cause me to get hit a lot. I'm so stupid. What was I doing? I can't look at the fucking ground, chat. Oh my god, let me set up. How do you even set up? It's a setup character, but you can't set up in this fight. At this point in the stream, I also decided that I will use Rosetta's regen buff instead of her defense up, because with improved dodge alongside Rosetta's damage cut ability, I was able to tank some hits and just dodge to safety and slowly heal up with Rosetta's regen and the regen trait I had in my sigils, so that I wouldn't heavily rely on potions throughout this long fight. After adjusting my strat by reducing my basic attacks to play safer, I was able to actually defeat Gallanza. Nice. Oh baby, okay. Okay. Now it's just Maglielle. And with Maglielle being the only one left, I was presented with a new problem. That was the fact that I could not break her shield no matter what I did. Come on. Break the fucking shield, dude. Bro, it's so hard to break her fucking shield. Like, that's like a big problem for me right now. How do I break her shield, chat? Can anyone tell me? Fuck. No. Oh, I want to SBA her. Fuck. Annoying ass shit. None of my skills and basic attacks were enough damage to break her shield, and majority of my damage only came from Skybound arts and the small window I had afterwards where she didn't have her shield. Because of that, I lost the fight. Not because I got down too much, but because I didn't actually have enough damage to defeat Maglielle before the timer ran out. Yeah, this is time limit. Time over, chat. My god. I have to do something. I have to fix this. It was obvious I would never be able to take down Maglielle within the time limit with the build that I had, so I had to switch it up. I put in a Link Together sigil with Uplift in exchange for my critical hit rate sigil. Link Together boosts my SBA damage, while Uplift further boosts my SBA gauge recharge rate together with Nimble Onslaught. With majority of my damage coming from being able to hit Maglielle with SBA, I decided these traits would be a huge help to the fight. I also went ahead and replaced her Iron Maiden skill with Lost Love. Lost Love is a damaging skill that causes Rosetta's roses to explode and deal massive damage to the enemy. I went this route because I was already not using that much basic attacks, and with the huge damage that Lost Love does, it was an incredible help with breaking Maglielle's shield. Okay, third run. This is our third run. And so, with these changes, I tried the fight for a third time. The first part of the fight went the same as the previous one. I played safely and just let Rosetta's roses deal damage to the Gallanza until he was defeated. Nothing really special happened there. Oh, he's dead! Oh, we have 40 minutes. Now, with the Maglielle part of the fight, it went a lot more smoothly. With Rosetta's buff damage for SBA alongside Lost Love, I was doing significant damage to Maglielle because I was able to consistently break her shield. SBA! Alright, that into Lost Love. Now, it was mainly just trying to live long enough to actually get her health down to 0. I tried my best to play around her weapons with Symphony Superior, and slowly but surely, I chipped away at her health, and with 10 minutes left on the clock, I was able to take her down. Alright, we'll just do this now. Into this. Into this. Into this. Oh, please. Yes. Oh, thank God. That wasn't run 3. That was run 4. Rosetta. She's not just a support. I wasn't sure before, but now we know it is possible to take on Maglielle Gallanza solo with Rosetta. I just had to make sure my strat works with the fucking fight. So if you enjoyed that run, if you enjoyed this type of content, make sure to check out my other solo Maglielle Gallanza fights. We took on the challenge with Vasaraga solo before and with Gandagoza. Now we're done with Rosetta. Let me know in the comments down below who you want me to take on the challenge with next, and please like the video if you did enjoy it. Do subscribe. We are so close to 300, chat. There are so many of you guys that are watching this that aren't subscribed. I'm calling you out. Please, I would really appreciate your help if you sub to the channel. You can also watch me stream this live. This was streamed live on this YouTube channel. Also on twitch.tv/PHFaust, where you can join the people that were chatting a while ago, and you can watch me do stuff like these live. So that's it. Hope you liked it. I'll see you next time. Peace. Bye-bye.